Alright, bet we good. Alright, so today we just finna be chilling, watching some college football highlights and some NFL highlights. After that, we gonna have a talk session. But before that, we're gonna be doing this, and I'm gonna be eating my food. Cause I love relaxing and watching some football, and just, you know, in an entertainment type sense. You know, I usually watch football to learn and stuff like that, but I got that taken care of this morning. I went in and got some training in. We got a Subway sandwich. I don't know what exactly it is because my mom said it was some kind of deal. I personally don't even be eating stuff like this all the time. I like homemade meal, home cooked meals. I like stuff like that more. So, yeah. But yeah, let's go ahead and get to it. Let me get this open first. And we're gonna get right. I hope this is what I usually get because it's built a little different. And there's so much wrapping, like we don't need this much wrapping. We're talking about buy one, get one, $1. This is just, why is there so much wrap? Alright. I mean, I guess this is what I usually get. This is so soggy. What in the world? Okay. Hold on, we finna start. This is just soggy.
Lie. He sends that football end over end into the air, and it is retrieved. Here come the golden flashes and a nice first. This is going to be how you want to start a football game. Unbelievable return. It's a touchdown for the golden flashes right out of the chute. This place into a frenzy as they made their way over from the parking lot.
But this is why you have athletes like Clark back returning kickoffs. You see, he's up his blocker, see which way he wants to go, finds a hole.
Young now comes in motion. They set up the tunnel screen. The speedy Coleman. Can he get to the second level? He can take this to 10-2.
I don't know why North Texas is losing, but I heard like they got some fast people up there. I don't know who they got, and I think this is like the main guy.
And 40
like
touchdown
really
catches in 3 years. Get him in space. Little tunnel screen. Middle of the field was open, and nobody's going to track down Miles.
Yeah, I think that's what
And with misdirection, he hands it off, and it busts for a big one from Matt Fuller. And Fuller is off to the races.
That was in Death Valley.
The bowling ball, that is a strike and a dive. 72 yards into the underbelly of that LSU offense.
They're both going to go with the motion. This is where they throw it to the flats. Nobody left at the second level for Fuller. One move on Cooley, and he's off to the races.
Fuller had half of his season's carries.
Went back to left guard or got benched, but
Guard now.
a change.
Down, Battiato going deep, has a receiver, and Cam Lacey holds it for the touchdown. 52 yards on that strike. First career touchdown for Cam Lacey, the sophomore from Toccoa, Georgia. Just like that, Middle Tennessee regains the lead.
Hey, in Middle Tennessee, just get a shot middle of the field. You can't throw this ball any better than Cameron Lacey. We talked about he beat out Miles Butler in game last
In that area, came over from Ohio State.
Red River.
Niblett, who carefully fields this one, has some room. Ryan Niblett weaving, still running down the sideline. Niblett
That's a really great
all
return
the way
because
to the
people were there.
house.
They just
75, no flag.
capitalize. That's a great return.
Not to get involved, just kind of setting screens, not blocking anybody. And now something always crazy happens in this game. There's always a play that we're going to be talking about for a long time. You wonder when it's coming. And up 7, we may have just seen it.
20
unanswered points for Texas after Oklahoma took a 6-3 lead. And that is a gut punch for the Sooners. I mean, the way this Texas defense is playing, the way they've struggled to generate really anything, to be down 14 in the final 10 minutes.
Williams to Bennett on the handoff. He gets through the hole, gets it to the second level, and chased out of bounds, taken down near the 30 by Joshua.
Clicking, they're smelling blood, and they're attacking this Bulldog defense, and they're just doing anything they want to do right now, whether it's through the air or on the ground.
Harvard, yo, let's shoot. Come on.
Little shovel, ball's on the ground. This has been the big issue. Picked up by Harvard. Austin, Jake, Gillett is gone. Touchdown, Crimson.
What kind of stuff they got going on in the Ivy League, bro? What was that, bro? Bro, what was that, bro?
Right now, whether it's through the air or on the ground.
Bro. Oh, my God. I see why you're 0-3, bro. Oh, my God.
Little shovel, ball's on the ground. This has been the big issue. Picked up by Harvard. Austin, Jake, Guillory is gone. Touchdown, Crimson.
Little bit behind, but not a real problem. You would have expected him to get the ball, but here is the problem. You got to just drop on top of that ball. You can't try to pick it up and make something positive.
San Jose State with no timeouts. Kelman the carry. Spins free. Kelman still on his feet. Kelman wants to put this away. Yippee-ki-yay! Kelman into the end zone.
Yo.
8 yards.
I bet that was a good
Says
game.
what field goal?
I bet you that was a good game.
6 over Wyoming. But what a gutsy play and just extra efforts by Kelman here.
It was a safe play call. Like I
Last
said,
year
it's
when
set
they
up
faced Texas
maybe
Tech.
a walk-off field goal
Texas Tech,
attempt.
bro, I swear.
But just tenacity.
They were not giving up, and they won. I watched this game, too. I don't know who won.
Stockton's going to run for the first down. Lunges for the pylon. Touchdown,
God
Georgia.
Damn, bro. Oh, Auburn, bro.
What a response by Gunnar
Auburn's
Stockton and the
always
Georgia
right
Bulldogs.
here, bro.
Nothing going their way until that fumble was forced at the goal line, and the response with 20 unanswered points and just a 8-minute and 45-second drive that went 78 yards and 16 plays for the game.
Already 2-3 on the season. Don't want little things like that to haunt you. Little trickery. Back to Barnett. Heave it, let it fly. Caught. Touchdown. Landon Ellis. 62. And then score. Shows off the arm strength.
That's a great job by number
Well
11.
executed and timed to tie.
Them to good advantage.
So Lehigh with its third possession, and Hayden Johnson's going to let it fly over the middle, and Jamil with a one-handed grab. A remarkable snag in Columbia territory.
In the bucket, but to be able to keep composure, even though there's 3 guys around you, lay that one hand out and let it drop in the breadbasket. Right here, watch him lay that right hand out. Oh, come down with it.
But he had been averaging tough sledding earlier this season coming in. Manning's got the edge. He's got a crease. Arch Manning gallops and then slides at the 25.
Once you saw that in, Marvin Jones claps down. It's great. This is the wrinkle you haven't seen in Texas is all.
We're down in 12. A-gap pressure is picked up. Straight to the end zone is caught for a touchdown by Isaiah Horton. A 16-yard touchdown strike, Simpson to Horton.
Keeping him in the middle of the field, right? He's got to hold him. So that up top, Horton in motion, going to be running the post into the back of the end zone. Fantastic work, using his eyes to manipulate the defense. It just gives him enough time.
Williams in motion, and Salter a clean pocket. He takes a shot. A wide open Omarion Miller. Hello. There's just a miscommunication.
somebody's got to be playing either in the deep half or the deep third. Without knowing the huddle call, it's hard to determine.
I've been temporarily blocked. Shit. Alright, let's put it on somewhere else and get something else going on. Yeah, it's talking about I got temporary blocked. We'll go this game.
Now, this is a beautiful day. The All-State Red rivalry, number 121 between Texas and Oklahoma, 97 straight years here in Big D. Already there's been action in that tunnel that the teams use to exit and enter the field. Oklahoma, 11 of the last 16, 5 of the last 7. They come in undefeated and a slight favorite at kickoff.
Try to get Texas out of position.
Texas had a couple extra guys on the field, and the pass was thrown, and it's caught by Isaiah Satania, who's out near midfield. So Texas trying to get guys off, didn't do it.
Up and who do it take? You can see guys trying to get off. They got 13 guys.
Bro, why is this suspending me, bro? For policy violations? God forbid a nigga just want to stream. Alright, bet. Alright, we're back. It said I was blocked because of copyright issues. Just ridiculous. So I'm trying to watch the game. I'm just trying to relax and just watch the game. And it's talking about I can't watch it because of copyright issues. Whole time, I be seeing people watching the game perfectly fine though. So like like streaming the game perfectly fine. I be seeing people doing that. So I don't know why it's doing that for me, but I mean, I don't know. So I don't know how I can stream the game without that happening. Because I'm trying to, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to just chill and just watch the game, but I don't know, like, is there like a non-copyright thing or something? Like, I'm just trying to watch the highlights. Is this one copyright?
It's a little quiet down here these days. That's because Donald Trump and John Cornyn have been fighting side by side to seal the border, putting America first, keeping Texans safe. Cornyn's led the charge in the Senate to fund border security, beating back Biden's invasion and crushing the cartels, voting 99% with Trump to deliver facts. Call and thank Senator Cornyn and tell him to keep delivering Trump's agenda.
And the left foot of Stone gets us underway. This will be driven deep into the end zone. All eyes on number 10, John Mateer.
And they're going to go fast here, try to get Texas out of position.
Texas had a couple extra guys on the field, and the pass was thrown, and it's caught by Isaiah Satania, who's out near midfield. So Texas trying to get guys off, didn't do it. Following the play clock. Rolls the pocket and zips it across the middle. Wide open is Deion Burks. And the front maker down inside the Texas 30. Xavier Robinson is the back on this 3rd and 5 play. Mateer feels the pressure off his back foot, delivers low and incomplete. So Kwiatkowski brought the heat that time on 3rd down. Tate Sandell has made his last 9, and the lefty from 42 knocks it right through. So Oklahoma with Mateer looking impressive. Trey Weiser missed 2 games early, healthy. They fake it to him, and Manning with a screen. Get the ball underneath and down the field.
Oklahoma's defense getting really aggressive, knowing what's coming.
Trying to get the edge. Weisner and a flag down against.
Holding on the offense, number 74.
I don't think you ever ease into Red River, right? There's intensity from the very first snap. We've seen crazy stuff in the first few minutes over the years. And there's a tackle behind the line. 3rd and 23 from.
Bro. This shit goofy, bro. I don't even know what else to do, bro. I don't even know what I can do anymore. This is being ridiculous. Shoot, we really just finna play the game for real at this point. I'm finna just play the game at this point. I don't even want to play the game. I don't know what to do, bro. I don't know what to do, bro. I need to do some more research on how these people don't be copyrighting stuff. That's ridiculous. Bro. That's ridiculous. I can't even watch anything, bro. They just keep on blocking me. Fuck around, just play some Roblox, bro. Dang, I don't know what to do. I can't watch football how I planned, and I don't feel like playing the game. Like, why would I play the game I'm eating? So I don't know. I might just start my talk early, I guess. I don't know. I'm just trying to eat and watch football, bro. Trifling. Couldn't even watch it. Blocking my ass. Alright, this is what we're gonna need to do. Cause I ain't finna just be on the stream and do nothing. We're just gonna start our talks early, and then we're just gonna wrap it up. Because apparently I need to do some more research on how I can go and stream without getting this stuff blocked. Because it's really annoying. Like, I'm just trying to go ahead and chill. Trying to go have something real nice going on. And then this happens. So I'm finna go wrap this up right quick. And then we're just gonna start our talk. Cause this is really annoying. I'm not even gonna lie. Like, and what is it, like, I get it, but at the end of the day, the game's already done and it's highlights. What am I copywriting? I will understand if it's live. Or like, maybe is that like the other way around? Like, if it's live, you can stream it. I don't know. I gotta find out. Where? I don't need that. Alright. I'm gonna take my headphones off. Put that to the side. Alright, y'all, we finna get started on our talks because, like I said, this stuff just wants to be annoying and not let me go watch the game. So, that's what we gotta do. That's what we gotta do. Okay, so y'all, I have a list of talks that, like, not really talks, I have a list of ideas or like things I'd like to discuss. And I just put it on this note. And so what I'm gonna do is basically, I'm just gonna go down this note. I'm gonna just talk about it, you know, what I had wrote down. Anything else that comes to my mind, I'll talk about it. And then what I'll do is I'll make it into a video. So I'll clip it from the stream, which is this stream right now. I'll make it into a video, And then so basically I can dedicate a video to all of what I said in the talk while it just being on a stream. So that's what we're going to do right now. It's not going to take long. Actually, I'm not going to lie to y'all. It might take, because I'm going to elongate on what I'm saying just to really get the point across so that I can actually have purpose with what I'm doing. And then after that, I'm going to wrap it up, and I'm going to just probably relax for the rest of the night, honestly. I got practice in the morning, so I want to make sure I get enough sleep. But yeah. Alright, so I'm going to look through this right quick. Okay, alright. This is a good one to start. So, personally with me, I've been working and going through a lot of things that builds me up to realize that in order for me to go ahead and get what I'm trying to get and to overcome these things, that it requires alignment, not only within myself internally, but also externally. Now, what does that mean? Essentially, that means everything that I'm wanting, I have to keep it within here. I have to, marinate it, within. I can't just go and say, okay, I'm gonna do it, and then have no sense of foundation within myself, have no sense of backbone. You know what I'm saying? And so what I've been working to do is have this mindset of that God is not just gonna let me just depend on Him and just let that be. So these things that I want to happen, yeah, I can go and call on God, hey, it'll happen in Jesus' name, etc., etc. But if I'm not putting in what I need within myself, it's not gonna happen. Now, I put in the work. That's honestly what a lot of people don't do, baseline, right? They'll go ahead and pray for something, but they won't walk it out in life. A lot of, I had that. I walked it out, but I didn't have it within. So mine was more so being in alignment with what I needed externally, but not really having the true contents within me internally for that to truly align and then go and flourish. So I'll give y'all an example so that this can be easier to comprehend, and I'll actually give y'all an example of what I'm actually going through right now, because this is honestly of what I believe is the best way to go about it. So the way that it's going about it in my life in terms of this is in regards to my sport, which is football. And a lot of the time I was always I wanted to walk it out. I wanted to do what I needed to do, but not embody what I needed to do. I always felt different from what I was doing. And what I learned from it revealing itself and its flaws of that being so within me, I learned that I can't just have that be and expect for me to get where I'm trying to be. I got to do a lot more within myself for that to happen. I have to do a lot more preparation, a lot more boundary, you know what I'm saying, boundary type stuff. I got to do a lot more, tending to my mental conscience, having things that I read and decree and declare every day to go ahead and push that alignment within myself, push it to become reality. And that only happens if I go and I take that initiative. Now, for me, initiative is not hard for me to take. That is a natural thing for me within my life now, to just go and walk in it. The thing is me realizing that I need to do it. I didn't know, and I'm going through all this stuff, and I'm like, bro, what is going on? You know what I'm saying? Why is the things that are happening? I'm praying to God, what do I need to do? Whole time, I'm walking in the contradiction of what I'm wanting to happen. Because I would say in an instance, I was lukewarm. Not intentionally, but I was. I was externally walking in what I needed, but it was like I was a different person within. It was like two separate people, if you could understand what I'm saying. So what I just want to get over to y'all is that if you're going to go and embark on something, if you're going to go and do something for real, understand that it requires alignment. That you can't just go and ask God to go and do it for you and that it will happen. That is not how something that you truly want for real, to do in this life, it won't happen. It won't truly prosper. You know what I'm saying? It won't do what you're fully aspiring it to do. like whatever you're going through or whatever you're going in to do. Like it won't flourish into what you're wanting it to. So it's important to really go in depth and truly find more and more and more and more of yourself. Go down that rabbit hole and figure out what you need to do, what you ought to do to go and get to where you're trying to be, truly and in a foundational way. So that was one of the things that I had written down, and it wasn't even long, but like it was just like I think 2 sentences, but that is really the depth that goes. And honestly, that's been a lot of what I've been going through now, so I've been able to talk about it a lot more. Let me see. Okay, I'll talk about this because I'm very passionate about this. So a lot of times, like let's say for instance Subway, right? We can use Subway as an example since I just ate it. A lot of times people will go and vouch and support and stand 10 toes down on fast food, on grocery store food, all this stuff, like it's helping them, like it's something that is the best thing that they need. Right, and mind y'all, this is just stuff that I think about on a daily basis. I'm going to talk about it on my stream because this is what I want to attract, right? So boom, right? And they do that whole time, and they might even know. I don't know why they would even support and be a backbone with that if they knew, but they might even know. But whole time, they most likely don't even know that it's slowly killing them. It's slowly killing you because it's not nourishing your body in the way you need. You have to have a foundational basis in terms of nourishing your body in the way that it needs, whether that be a shake, whether that be eating fruit consistently, whether that be making sure you're drinking the right fluids, the right vegetables, all sorts of stuff, because that's what's gonna truly make you like thriving as a human being. Eating all this crap right here, I can't even pick it up, bro. Eating this isn't gonna get you the nutrients that you need in life. That is not gonna get you where you're trying to be. Even this water is not gonna get you the nutrients that you need in your life. This water is dead, right? So in my mind, I'm like, okay, I understand that I drink this now, but eventually one day I'll be able to drink real, alive water, because that is what we're working towards. Because that is what we want our body to be fueled with. And now, I understand in my instance, right? I'm 16. There's only so much that I can do in terms of everything else that I got going on in my life, right? I'm going to go and put the most significant things first so that I can go and get to where I need to be in my life. Then I can go and truly embark on it, right? Because this is what I'm doing with my life, right? I got a lot of stuff I am going to do in my life. And so with that, right, circling on back, I'm not going to vouch for this stuff even though I may eat it rarely. Like, I rarely eat stuff like this. Like I told y'all, I think I told y'all in the beginning of this stream when I was even eating that in the beginning. I like home-cooked meals. Yeah, home-cooked meals. That is what I like. Natural home-cooked meals. And even in that, like I told you with this water, that was very particular, right? How it's dead water. So a lot of the meat, it's not even the meat that you need to be eating. They say grass-fed, they say all this stuff. It's just meeting a standard. It's just meeting a label. A lot of the time, they'll go ahead and just grass-feed them 6 months before they die, and then they'll have them there. I like natural, true bred, like farms with the cows and how they need to be bred and all this stuff that goes into, you know, with the chickens and all this stuff. Like, and I was watching something on Instagram. It's so much common sense. There's not enough chickens in the world for us to go and have the chickens. So I feel like people should already know then and there, like, this stuff is not real. It's genetically modified, and even when it says non-GMO, like I just said, they met a standard. There's a standard that you have to meet for it to be non-GMO. I did my research. There's a lot of the non-GMO that they go and just meet towards to get a standard based on the FDA, and it can still have some traces of genetically modified stuff. Nothing that is genetically modified, bro, you don't need that. Like, I just don't understand why anybody would want that. Like, it's just not what we need to be eating as humans. It's just not. It's really not. And another thing that I do want to say in regards to that, I believe that a lot of the stuff that we do eat, we tolerate a lot better because of what we got pumped in when we were younger. We got pumped in with a lot of things that really aren't truly necessary for our life. But because of the reality of the world that we live in, now it's quote-unquote necessary because all this stuff is here. A lot of the viruses and all this stuff that they got going on, it's not natural stuff. Now, some were natural, right? Because sickness is a thing. But a lot of them were not natural, bro. A lot of them were just lab made, and they just spread it out, and that's just the truth. Like, if you don't understand that, or at least be willing to be open to understand that, then anything that I really tell you, or anybody who ever listens to what I'm saying, especially in regards to this, like with food and everything, is not going to understand. Because that's honestly like baseline. You know what I'm saying? Like, when you talk about eating healthy, we eat healthy because of what we're made of. If you don't believe that the stuff that they pumped us when we were babies, all that stuff with the, and how the world is now, and how we quote unquote need that because of how this world is now, I'm not gonna say that we don't need it, but we really don't need it. We only semi need it because of how this world is, and we will get overly sick because of all this stuff in this world, all the artificial stuff in this world. So now you go and intertwine that with the food. I'm gonna be honest with you. When you go ahead and you start eating natural food, when you go ahead and start doing what your body naturally does, you're going to react in a quote-unquote bad way. It's not bad. You got to be able to work your perspective towards it being good, because it is good. But everybody always saying it's bad. It's not bad. It's not bad. Like, when you're tired, when you're comfortable, when you're not energized after eating, that should be a problem. I'm letting you know right now. The only reason why I'm energized after eating that is because I had to shake. I don't know if y'all can see it, but I had to shake all the good stuff. Beetroot, BCAAs, EAAs, pickle juice, honey. What else do I have on there? Natural electrolytes, not artificial, natural. The coloring that they got from it was based off of the fruit, so like the fruit powder. What else did I put in there? I usually have seeds. I didn't add the seeds this time, but I have about like 6 or 7 seeds. That is not intentional, but I'm being dead ass. I think I have 6 or 7 seeds, like packets, that I put in there, like chia seeds, flax seeds, pumpkin seeds, hemp seeds, all that stuff. But these are good things that you need. These are good stuff that our body craves, because it allows us to be energized in the way that we need. It allows our cells to go and replenish in the way we need. So when we talk about food, and all these people are over here talking about, oh yeah, I love McDonald's, I want to go get Whataburger. Man, what the, bro? Oh my gosh, that stuff is terrible, bro. And like, I genuinely only eat if I absolutely have to. The only reason I'm eating that is because my mom bought it for me. And honestly, I'm not even gonna lie, I don't like money being wasted. Like, even though it's crap, I don't like it being wasted. Because I know when I turn 18 out, I go and embark on my own life, I'm not gonna have that. So I might as well go ahead and, you know, let my mom have these, what, I'm 16, I'm finna turn 17, like, what, a year and a half, just, it's fine. As long as I stay grounded to what I need, it's really nothing. Like, it's, you know what I'm saying, it's really nothing. And let's just be real, it's really nothing. And I'm very, very strict on that too. Like, I'm very lenient, like, with my mom, but I'm very strict on it, like, even then. So it's really just based off how I feel. Alright. Probably gonna do 1 or 2 more talks. These are being very very lengthy. Okay. This is gonna be like a byproduct of what I had just said, because I was actually finna get there, but then I just wrapped it up. This is gonna be a byproduct. All right, this will be my 3rd. I'm gonna count this as my 3rd. My goal is 4 talks, maybe 5. We'll see. But it's a little bit tiring trying to talk. I ain't gonna lie. Okay, so when I was talking about eating and stuff, right? And I was talking about how when we eat the like artificial, all that stuff, that our body goes and, you know, doesn't react and all that other stuff because of what they had pumped us with in the beginning. I know y'all talking about, oh, that's this, that's that, and the third. You really don't. There's a lot of heavy metals and all that stuff in there. It changes your DNA, essentially, is what it does, right? Now, with all the stuff that they have with that, let's go ahead and flip the narrative. And I have embarked on this, and I know many people have, just eating natural stuff, what you need to be eating. Now, when your stomach feels some kind of way from eating something that you were trying to go and replenish yourself with, that is instantly a problem. I don't know why people go and normalize them feeling sick as F. I don't even want to say it on here, but sick as after eating McDonald's or Whataburger or what's another, Burger King, Pizza Hut, Domino's. Domino's is shit. Oh my god. all like, bro. I'm just letting y'all know. When your stomach is doing that, it's because it is screaming, "Hey, feed me the natural stuff that I need. Feed me the natural nutrients that I need. I don't need this stuff. Why is there human meat? Why am I consuming human meat? It's weird. I don't need it. I'm not a cannibal." This is not like outrageous, y'all. The amount of meat that is in the U.S. and in the world in general, there's not enough animals to go and supply that. What do you think they're putting as compensation for that? It is a business. I told somebody this. As soon as they turned food into a business, you should have known straight then and there that it's not. I'm just like, you should have known straight then and there that it was not going to be honest all the way through. There are very, very few. I think I've only found about 2 or 3 truly honest meat-based businesses, like farm-based, bread, all of that stuff. Businesses where they are true and pure. And guess what? Their meat costs a lot, which I'm perfectly fine for, because that is the value that meat should have in this world. True meat. Because, like, y'all, I tell you, like, it's not normal to feel like you need to go and throw up after you're eating something that you literally ate to fill you up. Like, I don't. Let me calm down right quick, because everything ties in together, right? You got people who go be okay with that, but look at the society of the world that we live in the U.S., right? Freedom, going out, partying, drinking, doing all this stuff. It presents to you a mindset of carefree, don't give a fuck, I'ma do what I want. Got people saying, I ain't here for a long time, I'm here for a good time. Yeah, bro. So, and another add-on, all of the tragedies and everything that go on in the world. When these things go and pile up onto human conscience and human reality, because that is a lot of people's reality, right? Going out, partying, drinking, doing all this stuff. What is it? Here for a long time, not here. No, here for a good time, not here for a long time. YOLO, all that stuff, right? People dying, people getting killed, drugs, etc., 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 right? And then the food. Oh, it's cheap, tastes like shit, but it's cheap. Da 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 da. And it's a cycle. And it's just over and over and over and over. When you work to get closer to your internal self, you find that these ways of life, these walks of life, make you feel the way that it's truly supposed to make you feel. But we'll say it in the instance of this world, quote unquote, weird. Quote unquote, abnormal. Quote unquote, not like everyone else. And many people who do go and do that are seen as an outcast. You're not an outcast, bro. You're not and if anything, the people who go and walk in life like that are outcasts. However, they just have the numbers. Because think of it like this. How much easier do you think it is to go and convince a people who actually have a head on their shoulders, who actually know the information, who are educated, who are fit, who know what they're doing, who have connections with their internal self and the one and only true God? Or the people who are just like, oh yeah, I'm just here, da 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 da. Hey, I want money, I want all this stuff that they're putting in my face that they say is cool, because I don't have no sense of self in my own life, and my life is just gonna be a mirror and a quotation of somebody else's. My aspirations is gonna be a quotation of somebody else's. My mindset, how I think, is gonna be a quotation of somebody else's. I'm just gonna mirror everybody else, and I'm just gonna do this because I want to fit in, and I don't want to be out. I don't want to be depressed and by myself and try to go and figure stuff out and fight through that depression. Because I'm gonna let y'all know, right? I'm not here to go and bash anybody out. I'm here to go and have open arms so that I can go and edify people. I know, like, there's like nobody in this stream Doesn't matter because I'm gonna clip it, I'm gonna post it, I'm gonna post it, I'm gonna post it. Because people need to hear this, right? I will be the one who goes and helps people out, who goes and edifies people in any way that I can, because that's walking in my purpose. I know many who are doing that as well, but it's different when I do it. Why? Because it's me. Duh. That's the kind of mindset that you have to have. You have to have that mindset that when you are in your life, you are that guy. You are that woman. Does that make sense? Like, you can't just let others or entities or authorities just let you tell you what you can do with your life. Shit, I told myself one time before, I'm going to do whatever I want in my life, even if it costs me my life here, because I will still have my life. I just won't have this life. Does that make sense? Like, y'all, you have to understand and you have to figure out what you want to do in this life, or else everything will pull you every which way. You're going to sit up in the middle of the night, 2 a.m. in the morning, and just be crying because you don't know what the fuck you're doing with your life. And that is not it. You cannot get anywhere that you're trying to get in your life if you keep on, I'm not going to say that word, but if you keep on just bandwagoning off of everybody else and what they're doing. You have to have your own lane, your own course, and what you do is when you keep on doing that, and you keep on, it's like a tycoon, and you just keep on building, building, till all of a sudden people seeing your stuff and like, dang, I want to be with that guy. I want to be with that girl. Who is that? How'd they get there? It takes a different approach, y'all. And that's what I feel like people don't like. That's the main thing. People don't like it. People don't like going to their internal self to go ahead and not eat crap like this. And it all comes together. I know I started with food, but I went a full circle. And that's not even the fullest of the circle. But shoot, I only needed 3 points. Only needed 3 points. Food, heart and all that, and then the lifestyle, the killing and all that stuff, the tragedies. I only needed 3. Telling y'all. Alright. This is all I'm going to say for tonight. I have a lot here. Okay. I will eventually go and, say all this stuff. But I'm going to go ahead and clip this. This should be a week's worth of clips. Should be a week's worth of clips. I'm going to make sure I'm in the nitty gritty of the clips. But what I'm hoping to do is I be consistent with this enough that I start having more people on my stream. And I'll really only need to clip so much because I'll start having recurrent people in my stream. So like the main points I'll clip and I'll post. But these clips will be on my YouTube as videos. Okay. I'm not gonna post them on my TikTok no more. And I'm not gonna post them on my Instagram. I'll post it on my story, but I'm not gonna post it as a reel. And then, yeah, man. Other than that, I'm gonna just keep on doing what I'm doing. I'm finna lay down because I literally done did everything. I know it's the end of the stream, but I'm just talking. I literally done did everything. I freaking got a morning training session. Great training session. Went to recovery. I showered. I soaked. I don't know if I stretched, but that'll be okay. I can stretch in the morning if I need to. I just want to make sure I lay down, get my body the rest that it needs, just to tone everything down. And yeah, and then so I'll take care of this starting tomorrow, and then we'll get to all of what we need to do for the rest of the night. I'm probably just gonna post some videos on TikTok. I got some funny videos I want to post on TikTok. I'll post some of those. Take care of any stuff I need, like in my notes before tomorrow. There was one more thing I said. I forgot. But yeah, so for anybody who did attend the stream, I thank you. I thank you for attending it. I appreciate any and everyone who was here. And yeah, y'all have a blessed rest of y'all day. I pray that God blesses you. I pray that He shows up in your life. There's a lot that comes to really and truly finding why you were here. Everybody is here for a reason. But if you're not aware of that, then it really might as well not even be the reality that is trying to be so. Because you have to align your mind with what's external. Externally, you have a purpose, but if you don't have it within here, you can't align and it won't prosper. I'm a living testimony. Literally had a very terrible day of practice because my mental was not aligned with what was externally going on in my life. And I'm grateful to God that he allowed for me to go and realize that though it sucked, though I was hurting, he allowed for me to realize that, and he gave me the strength to go and persevere through it. And I picked up the cross and I walked with it. Y'all gotta understand, y'all, this is a relationship. This is not just going to church, praising God, oh glory, and just that it. No, we praise God. Yes, we do that. We thank him. But it is a 24/7, 360, really 364, but it don't even matter. 365 day, like, it's a lifestyle. And that's something that even I had to understand. I didn't understand that was a lifestyle. I always thought it was like checking off a box. I thought of that with a lot of things. That's not it. If you want to do something for real, you have to understand that it's a lifestyle. Whether that be a sport, whether that be going about finding yourself internally and walking in, walking in what God aspires to do for your, walking in what God aspires for you to do in your life. All of it, man. So, again, thank anybody who was in the stream. And, yeah, y'all have a good rest of y'all night.